Today we are climbing on board the Royal Princess, the first of the Royal class ships in Princess Cruises' fleet. 5 additional Royal class ships were built after this, but we are going to explore this particular ship, the Royal Princess, so we can see the slight differences that this one has compared to the other ships that came in after. And look who's here. Our friends are already here. We're gonna leave them for now because you and I are gonna explore this ship together. This is the main atrium of the ship, called the Piazza by Princess Cruises. This is the main activity hub of the ship, and this is where most restaurants and shops are located. This restaurant is Alfredo's Pizzeria. This is our favorite pizza, whether it's on land or at sea. And directly across from Alfredo's Pizzeria is Bellini's Bar. Now let's move one deck down to deck 5. This main atrium, or the piazza, spans 3 decks. As you can see, it's from deck 5 all the way to deck 7. But the ship goes all the way to deck 19, so there's a lot more decks above it and below it. Now let's head on to one of our favorite spots here in the piazza. Welcome to the International Cafe, where you could grab sandwiches, desserts, coffee, and drinks 24 hours a day. Directly across from the International Cafe is Vine's Wine Bar, which serves a diverse collection of wines from around the world. Now, this is a great place to visit after an entire day of excursion in the hot sun, where you could get, guess what? Gelato! This is the Internet Cafe, but these computers are probably almost never used these days because almost everybody has their own device. But if you ever have any connectivity issues with your device, this is the place to visit so they can help you out. This is the Symphony main dining room, one of 3 main dining rooms aboard this ship. Directly across from the gelato place on the port side of the ship is Good Spirits Bar, your best source of alcoholic drinks and cocktails anywhere aboard this ship. Moving towards the front of the ship on the starboard side, you're going to find Sabatini's Italian Restaurant. Directly in front of Sabatini's Italian Restaurant is a customer service desk, and right beside it is a Lotus Spa. Moving back up to deck 6, we have another main dining room called the Concerto. Now let's head on up to deck 7. This is Facets, where you could buy jewelry aboard the ship. Coming up on the left side here is another one of our favorite restaurants on any Princess ship. The Ocean Terrace Seafood Bar. Right beside the Ocean Terrace Seafood Bar is Crooner's Bar, which is one of our favorite hangouts in the evening, where they usually have a performer playing the piano and singing at the same time. We're still on deck 7 here, and we're coming up towards the front of the ship. As you can see, there's a casino downstairs on deck 6, and there's a spiral staircase that leads up to deck 7. That is the reason for this large opening on the floor of deck 7, so you can head down into the casino from here. However, on the newer ships like the Sky Princess and the Discovery Princess, this entire place has been renovated to look like this. And the hole on the floor where the spiral staircase was has been filled in. As you can see, there's a big difference between the newer ships and the older Royal Class ships. We are now walking past the art gallery, and if we keep moving forward, we're gonna get to the Princess Theater. Directly outside the Princess Theater on the port side of the ship is Churchill's Arcade. This place used to be a cigar lounge that has been converted into an arcade. And beside Churchill's Arcade is the Sports Bar. Now let's take the elevator and head up to deck 16. We are now technically on the outside of the ship, and this place is called the Lido Deck, where you have another pizza place called Prego Pizzeria. Just come on up here and grab a slice or two if you want, or 3 or 4. And we have another bar here, which is an outdoor bar called the Mermaid's Tail. Here's the Trident Grill where you can grab burgers and hot dogs. In case you're wondering, where are the water slides? Where are the zip lines? Where's the wave rider? Where's all the jungle gym? Where are all the kids supposed to play? Well, this ship, all princess ships, they don't have those because Princess is considered a premium cruise line. And if you want the water slides and the bumper cars and the zip lines, you should check out the mainstream cruise lines, and I have a video about that. Check out episode 43 on this channel, where I discuss the differences between a mainstream cruise line, premium cruise line, and luxury cruise lines. We have now arrived at the quieter part of the ship. This place is called the Retreat. This is an adults-only area of the ship where we have a pool for adults only and some cabanas for you to use. If you want some peace and quiet and you want to find a place to read a book, this would be your place. However, on the newer Royal class ships such as the Discovery Princess and the Sky Princess, additional cabins have been added on the left and right side of this area, and this is what it looks like, which is a huge contrast compared to what they have on the older Royal class ships like this, the Royal Princess, and even the Regal Princess. Now let's head inside the sanctuary, the place to be if you want even more peace and quiet and more privacy. Just outside the sanctuary, you'll find the Retreat Bar, so you can get drinks while you're here in the retreat. Now we're back outside onto the Lido deck, where we can make our way towards the buffet. But before we hit the buffet, we're going to find one of our other favorite places here on the Lido deck. Swirls, where you can get soft serve ice cream any time of the day. Before we enter the buffet, let me just show you something here. This is the Sea Walk, which is present in all Royal class ships. However, only the Regal Princess and the Royal Princess, being the two oldest ships of the class, have it built this way, where you have a big opening here and you have the Sea Walk jutting outside onto the ocean, because on the newer ships, once again, just like the Sky Princess, the whole place has been enclosed. Why, you ask? Well, it's because they have received complaints from the balconies just below, the occupants of the balconies just below, that people are looking into their balconies and they don't have privacy. As you can see right here, when you're on the Sea Walk, you can look directly into people's rooms. But you know what? I do miss having this actual Sea Walk, so it's nice to be able to use it again on an older Royal class ship like this. Now it's time to enter the buffet. If you keep walking through the buffet, you'll get to the outside on the aft part or the stern of the ship, and you have the outrigger bar. It's just a covered bar where you can just sit here and relax. And there's a big shade, so if it's really hot and sunny, it's a really nice place to just sit down, relax, and have a drink. We've got some balconies below as well. So make sure you don't spill any drinks when you're hanging out up here. But then, on the newer ships, such as the Sky Princess, this area has been redesigned to have an actual pool and to be a wide open deck. Still with a bar. And as you can see, there is a big difference between the newer class ships and the older Royal class ships when it comes to this area right here at the stern. Now let's take the elevator and head down to deck 14. This is where they have the chapel and the concierge lounge. Here's one of the many laundromats they have around the ship. Now let's take the elevator straight down to deck 7. This is Princess Live. As you can see, it's its own separate room midships, and it has theater-style seating in here. If you compare it to the newer Royal class ships, they have them wide open and with restaurant-style seating, not theater-style seating. And it's wide open. It doesn't have a wall, so you can even watch the shows from the outside of Princess Live. But on Regal Princess and Royal Princess, it's actually enclosed. As you can see here, there is a wall dividing the inside and the outside of Princess Live. Just behind Princess Live, we have the Whalehouse Bar, and behind it, you have the Crown Grill. And directly in front of them would be the library, which unfortunately, you don't have anymore on the newer Royal class ships. And there you have it, the Royal Princess. Let me know what you think about the differences between the older Royal class ships and the newer Royal class ships. Which do you like better? Which design do you like more? And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss our next video about cruises and travel in general. See you on our next adventure.